Hey, I'm Steve from Good Stuff Coaching, and what I'm going to talk about today is leading a great life. Not an average life, not a sort of okay life, a great life, one that you design. I lead a great life, and that's where I'd like to share my thinking and see what you make of this piece. There's two pieces I'd like to talk about today, both equally as powerful and kind of linked together. The first piece is coaching. So I lead a great life because I coach. People used to ask me, so Steve, why coaching? And I used to talk about many things. I made some stuff up because I read it and I thought it sounded really cool. Most of it's true. One of the most powerful things I used to say was, I help people break through their limiting beliefs and live the life they want to. Actually fulfill their potential, which can be a scary thing until somebody helps you do that. It's a co-creation. So I used to do this co-creation piece. It's like under the umbrella. Two people in co-creation are very powerful. They're more powerful than one person trying to create. And I believed all that. I still do. But actually, I coach so I can lead a great life. And a great life is the exciting one. It's the one that gets you out of bed in the morning. You jump out of bed. You're so excited. It's like, I'm going to be filming with Kaylee today, and I'm ready to do this thing. And here's where I am. And I'm a little bit hyper, so excuse me for that. But it's where I want to be, and I designed it that way. So to talk about the two pieces, there's an illustration. First one being the value of coaching. I call it the coaching graph. So on one axis, we've got a great life up here, the exciting part, the thing you've designed, what you want to be doing. Along the bottom, you've got your lifetime. And your lifetime to me is often undervalued as to how short it is, not thought about enough. It's finite for us all. We're only here once, is my belief. So you should make the most of this piece. A lot of people live into the future though. Once they've got a better car, a bigger house, more money, all these future things are very attractive out there. My belief is live it now though, because that might be further away than you ever get. So why wait? Do it today. Design the life you want. You've then got across the bottom part of the graph, you've got your default future, the highway of mediocrity, I call it. The place where a lot of people choose to live. And it's okay. In this area, it's described as nae bad. Why do you live there? What's the reasoning? Well, because life dealt my hand. I have to do my best with it. It's kind of the victim part. It's like, I need the money. I need to look good in front of my friends. I need to look good in front of me. It's all your thinking that keeps you in a default future. It took me until about 48 before I wakened up. And I was there. I was in the middle of the highway, living large, I thought. Till something happened and decided, this is not what I want. I want to create a future that really excites me. Maybe fulfills my potential. Lets me do something different, not stay in the corporate world I was in. So up I went, up to this future. And I designed it very carefully for something sustainable for me. Something that would work for me and for other people, because I like working with other people. Part of this journey though, because it sounds pretty easy, so here's mediocrity, there's a great life, so how do you get there? And how do you stay there? That's probably the most important one. Well, I use a coach. That's how I do it. Think of any high performing athlete, team, singer, whatever you want, there's always a coach there, and it helps you go to that next level of performance, and that's exciting bit for me. My coach is just a great guy. He's Steve Chandler. He's known in some circles as the godfather of coaching, and if you talk to him, you'd know why. Really good at coaching, very supportive, but he tells you the truth. And that to me is the most powerful bit. And when I'm being sucked back into the mediocrity highway, which happens, the tractor beam comes out and pulls me back, then Steve can put me back again. He can help me think through my thinking. And having time to think is like a unique thing. We're all bombarded with so much information in today's society that it's difficult to get a moment to think. Well, a great coach holds that moment for you, holds that safe space for you to have that thinking time. Quite often Steve doesn't talk that much in our sessions. One of the things he'll say is that true? Quite often, it's not. It sounds kind of simple. So let's move into the truth part now. And that to me is really what makes these conversations transformational, it's called, which is really a fancy word for shift. It just makes you change your thinking and try something else, experiment with it. So we build up a picture of the truth dartboard, we're going to call it today. Right in the centre, you've got the truth zone. I'll build it out and then we'll come back into it. We've then got nearly the truth outside the truth zone. We've then got the socially acceptable truth. That's a big one to me, where many people live. Then we've got not the truth. It's kind of nearly, but not. And then we've got everything else that's not the truth. So starting there, that's the naughty stuff. That's the stuff you even know you're being naughty when you're dealing with it. It's like talking about somebody behind their back. It's a gossip, and it gets into that vortex, because everyone starts to add a little bit to the story, and the story gets way out of control. Then the person walks in the room, and it's like, oh. So anyway, that piece is naughty. It's not helpful for anyone, not even for yourself, because you might be the person not in the room. You have to remember that. It's just not kind. When you get to the not the truth, nearly truth zone, it's slightly less dramatic, but it's still there. And that turns up like, they say we're going to have a tremendous summer this year. Well, who are they? How do they know this? Or it's been said that these things come from space. So who's it? Where do these things come from? Well, the personal one for me used to be somebody walk in my office, workshop leader as an example, and say, "They're not happy, Steve." And I would say, okay, so give me the list. Who's they? Let's establish that first. Give me the first name. It's just them. Okay. So you mean you're not happy? Well, okay. Yes, I'm not happy. Okay, so let's deal with you. Then tell me who else is not happy. I'll go and deal with them. And that's that funny kind of piece. When people want to tell you something it's hard to say, there's they, it. Someone once said, all the rumours are urban myths come in. So now we're going to spend a little bit more time in the socially acceptable truth zone. So how did it come into play? Well, millions of years have made us who we are, the human race, and we're very successful. As mammals, we're the most successful on the planet. And part of that is because we're so social. We can build a tribe, a team, an army. Very social. There is a funny bit in there, though, that doesn't help you be your best, which is my belief. And it's reinforced from a very young age. So you think of little Steve, happy to be in the world, just becoming aware of everything, sitting on a mat playing my Lego. My whole world is Lego. I can build lots of things. Don't know what they are, but some look like a dinosaur, some look like a house, but I'm building lots of things. A relative comes into the room, and I look and I say, "Mum, our relative's got a great big nose." And I say, "Steve, don't say that kind of thing. That's not kind. Remember what we told you. Be good, be kind, be truthful. That's the things." Okay. But she has got a big nose. "Steve, that's not kind." Okay, so the truth and being kind, and that's kind of mixed up for me now. "And if you're good, Steve, let's sort this out. Santa will come and Santa will bring you a toy, a gift." "Who? Santa?" "Okay, so who's Santa?" "Well, he's this cheery guy dressed in red that comes along, although he's watching right now even, and gives you a toy for good, for a whole year, 12 months, no shorter." "Wow. Oh, where's he today?" "Well, it doesn't matter where he is today. He's everywhere." "Okay. Who employs him?" "It doesn't matter, Steve. You don't need to know that detail. Probably Coca-Cola, but you don't need to know that." "Okay, right. Yes, okay, so here's me figuring this out. See the social reinforcement there? It's like a selective truth, And it's good parenting, I think. I did it. Then you move on a little bit. So here's Steve again. I'm sitting there and my dad's coming into the room and I'm crying. I'm saying, "Oh, Dad, my tooth's sore. It's wiggly and it's sore and I don't know what to do." And my dad says, "Steve, don't worry. Good news is coming. If your tooth falls out, you put it under your pillow and you get some money because a tooth fairy will reward you for your tooth dropping out." "Tooth fairy?" "The tooth fairy work for Santa?" It's like, no, the tooth fairy lives in the woods. It gets very sketchy with these stories. It's like when it's watching you. And when you put your tooth under a pillow, if you stay very asleep, even if you feel like some rustling about under your pillow, you get some money. And I'm like, "Money for teeth? Yeah, I need to get some tools, Dad." It's like, no, the teeth must naturally fall out. It's like, okay, got you. Wow. So the reinforcement keeps coming. It's kind reinforcement. I'm liking it because I'm getting a toy and I'm getting money. As a young guy. Never mind the Easter Bunny that came along, which gives you chocolate. Easter Bunny gives you chocolate, which leads to teeth loss, which leads to more money. So I'm building equity. I'm in a great place. It's like, this life is really good. The naughty elf came along after me, but apparently it's a naughty elf that also watches you and does stuff. So just picture a scene. That to me is how we build this social truth piece. Later in life, it keeps going. As a parent, I did it to my children, to my sons. And I'm okay with that. There's no guilt there. It's like, that's how it is. So, move on in life a bit. Think a bit older. Your significant other, a partner, comes into the room and they've got a new top on and they say, so what do you think? I'm looking good, huh? And you look and you think, say, so what do you think? You say, okay, I think it's like 3 options. So let's just look at the 3 options just now. The first one is, looks good. Stock answer, you're watching rugby, you're watching TV, you're half distracted. Not a big consequence. Kind of the usual thing. Okay. You sure? Oh, it's 14-0. But yeah, that's good. No real consequence there. Second one is, it looks good, but the colour's a little bit off for you. What do you mean? Well, I like the look of it, but the colour's a little bit off. So I've got other clothes this colour. So they are not good either? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying maybe for that cut. So you don't like a cut or the colour. So the consequence starts to build. And you start to go into your social truth. Actually, it's fine. So it's fine. Still 14-0. So you then come to the harder ones. We're on number 3. Same thing. So how do I look? And you say, oh my goodness, that's at least 2 sizes too small. The buttons are going to blow. I need my safety glasses. We need some tape around you. Is that kind? Probably not. Consequence? Oh yes. So what's the consequence sound like? Well, so you don't like anything, do you? Idiot. And you smell. Now these are, obviously I'm just trying to illustrate some things that actually can have happened in my life, but it's how social interaction, I guess, is supported. Is it helpful? That is a thing for me. Does it lead to making great choices? I don't think it does. It takes somebody braver to go into the truth zone. But if you're used to that, then your life changes a little bit. Coaching to me is all about the truth zone. It's keeping you in the truth zone. And it's not exposing you. It's kind truth, if you like. Coming from a place of kindness. So what's the point, Steve? Why are you telling us these stories? Well, let me kind of summarise a little bit. So my mum was diagnosed with cancer a year and a half ago. And they weren't sure how long she would live. In fact, they wouldn't tell us how long she'd live. But after a year and a half, it came to that call to go to the hospital to talk to doctors on how long she had. And we're told, your mum's got 2 weeks. We've talked to your mum and her wishes to go home now and die, effectively. And that was a very hard thing to hear. We said, okay, if that's mum's wish, let's get this done. So mum didn't live 2 weeks. Mum lived 3 months. And some of that 3 months was really good. Because she loved talking, told lots of stories in 3 months. Some we'd heard, some we hadn't. It was really cool. The end of that period, though, was difficult. The last few weeks were not so easy. Not for my mum or for us. So my mum said goodbye 4 times to me. Because she kept thinking she was going to pass. And the 4th time I said, Mum, that's enough. Honestly, this is just too difficult for me. We can't say goodbye again. You said goodbye enough. So think of something else to say. She said, Steve, I've got something to tell you. I said, you're kid at 82 years and you've still got something to say? He said, yes. I said, okay, have at it, Mum. I said, Steve, I've lived a great life. I've got an amazing family. I've done everything I wanted to do. I've got absolutely no regrets. If it's my time to go, make it now. And then she said, I'll see you soon. And that's the last thing she said before she died. Now I feel the emotion coming with there, but what an inspiration she is. And I say she is because still today she's here someplace saying, Steve, have at it. Get on, don't have any regrets. And it's led me, I guess, to even go further into my great life. Think of what's possible for me. So I'm going to take you to the summary of this piece. And this is really can I take in two options? So you're mowing down tomorrow by an out of control coach, high in life, trying to do fast, on the pavement, and pin you against a wall. And you've got 3 minutes to live. And because I'm a coach, I get out of my car and I get my flip chart and I lay it beside me and I say, right, give it your best, dying person. Tell me what's going on here. How good was your life? And I think there's two stories there. One is, well, I lived in my default future. It was kind of okay. Got by. Liked eating pies sometimes. Watching football, but yeah, it was pretty much it. I say, you're kidding. So what was the good stuff? Tell me some of the exciting stuff. Well, I just, what was sort of it, really. That was the highlights. Or, second option is, you still mowed down, remembering being pinned there. So, what was good about your life? Steve, I would have paid your bill. You didn't have it down. That's okay. Never mind that just now. It's too late. Credit control. So, what's good about your life? I had a fantastic life. Honestly, it was just, I did everything I wanted to do. I was living day on day. My future plans were fantastic, but also today was really good. Actually, this morning's really good. So, if I've got to go, I've got to go. That's where I want to be. I want to be like my mum, little Eileen, that last moment saying, no regrets. So what does that mean? Well, my belief is really simple. Never be a victim. Make great choices and live the life that's great for you. Not what other people want you to do, what's great for you. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you for your time.